My name's Jacob from South Florida, and you're watching the Philip DeFranco Show. Fucking sweet.
Hello and welcome to the Wednesday show. If you're not familiar, my name's Philip DeFranco, and this show really isn't a show. It's just me talking about some of the stuff that maddened the news to me, starting with I have a new favorite presidential hopeful, and that is Rick Perry. Originally, I was hoping it would be someone like a Michelle Bachmann, because you could essentially make fun of her every day because she's just so stupid. So stupid. But as we move forward, it becomes more and more apparent every day that Rick Perry will be the Republican frontrunner. And I say good! Obama versus Perry. One, that sounds good. Two, it's essentially like Obama versus a more handsome version of what he was replacing. A governor from Texas, how original! One of the new reasons I'm so excited about this election are the campaign ads. Oh, they're gonna be so good. Rick Perry just released one of his first really big campaign ads, and it's like it was directed by Michael Bay. Just watch.
A great country requires a better direction. A renewed nation needs a new president.
This summer, Rick Perry is President of the United States. That was like the beginning of an apocalypse movie. That was amazing. If that's his first swing out the gate, oh my God, this is gonna be the best election ever. And you know, they're saying that if Obama wants to win, he's gonna have to raise over $1 billion. That's a lot of crazy ass campaign ads. I'm excited. And guys, since we're already talking about politics, let's move on to politician and ultra homophobe Rick Santorum. There are literally sites on the internet dedicated to all the homophobic stuff Rick said. And because Rick is such a homophobe, some people decided to make Santorum, his last name, a sexual word. And according to UrbanDictionary.com, Santorum's last name is the frothy mix of lube and fecal matter that is sometimes the byproduct of anal sex. But Rick's in the news again because he's like, Google should remove it, they're against me. If someone made this about Joe Biden, Google would remove it. And no, that's not true. Google is an algorithm. Searches and scours the web for the best results. And Rick, that definition of your last name is hilarious. In fact, I'm gonna make it my own personal goal to say Santorum at least 3 times a day in normal conversation. Which is gonna be really hard, but worth it. And we should do this for all bigots. That I think the definition of Phelps should be the act of farting during anal sex. What are some other good ones? Nation, Urban Dictionary, I'm looking at you. Get on it. But moving on. But guys, we move on to a somewhat related story, and that is the story of 14-year-old Jamey Rodemeyer. Jamey was a gay teenager who was the victim of constant anti-gay bullying, and earlier this week he committed suicide. A 14-year-old boy committed suicide because people would not leave him alone. Whether it was school or people posting comments on his form spring, just like, you should die, you gay, ugly, just terrible things. And this story makes me sad because yesterday we talked about don't ask, don't tell getting repealed. You feel like a generation of understanding is coming. But then you see this and it just eats at you. I mean, you have Jamey, a 14-year-old kid that seemed to be taking the hate okay. He was even a part of Dan Savage's It Gets Better campaign. That was, of course, the video series of people making videos going, hey, you know, you're gay now, you're in high school, it sucks because people suck, but it gets better. And honestly, it does. It's not just a campaign. People in high school are the worst people on the planet. And that is because high school students are essentially weird genetic mutations of their parents, so the ignorance is just fed through them and they haven't experienced enough life to know better. And the assholes of the world are people from high school that never grew up. Ignorant, stupid, hateful people. Whether they hate gays because they're trying to deal with their own latent homosexuality or because an invisible man in the sky told them to hate gays. And that is not an anti-religious statement. I know a lot of religious people that love and think of gays the same way I do. But just these ignorant fucks that twist it. And that's why I get so angry about people like Fred Phelps of Westboro Baptist Church or like a Rick Santorum. Obviously, their levels of bigotry and hate are far different, but they say these anti-gay things that make a lot of people think it's okay. That's the norm. And if you hate them because you think it's unnatural, well, it doesn't pertain to you, so mind your own business. And if you believe it is from a religious standpoint and that God actually does hate gays, why does he keep making them? Just a sad, sad thing. And from there, we move on to Courtney Stodden. Courtney, of course, is the 16-year-old girl that married the 51-year-old creepy guy from Lost. Courtney wants to be a singer.
Don't put it on me, girl.
And also has been fame whoring around with her new hubby on TV.
I'm a pervert. Courtney's parents are the worst parents in the world.
And it seems it has paid off because the couple has signed a deal with Roy Bank, who has previously produced Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader, and they are going to create a reality show for TV. Oh, creepy. Oh, it's so creepy. This may be the only thing that's creepier than toddlers and tiaras. And what's worse is I'll probably watch it. And I'll hate myself for it the entire time. time, but I will watch it because it's a lot cheaper than going to the zoo. So main point, fame whores usually get what they want. Yep. Moving on to some guy stuff, let's talk about Poppy Montgomery. Poppy was in Without a Trace and now Unforgettable, and she just did a photo shoot from one of my favorite photographers, meandmyplace.com. They are my favorite not because it is artistic, but they understand the power of a booty shot. Good on ya. So if you want, after the video, check out that gallery. And from there, of course, we move on to the final story of the day, which is Mexico is still scary. I talked about the cartels killing thousands of people and killing bloggers, and I got emails from people in Mexico going, Phil, that's not all of Mexico, that's only part of Mexico. I'm offended. Be offended. Mexico sounds terrifying. You can be happy with your blah blah, but here is an example of just a regular story coming out of Mexico. Yesterday, during rush hour, masked men in trucks dropped 35 dead bodies on the highway. And insta-terrified. I guess really the only silver lining to the situation is that it did not seem to be innocent people killed this time. The cartels have been known to kill bloggers and tourists, but the interesting thing about this story is the police have identified a lot of the people as escaped convicts. 32 prisoners had escaped recently, the police recapturing 14 of them, but out of the 35 people that were dumped on the highway, several of them were identified and all had criminal records for murder, drug dealing, kidnapping, extortion, and were linked to organized crime. So now the cartel killing gangs. So yeah, I think I'm okay in saying Mexico sounds terrifying right now. 35 to 40,000 people killed in the drug wars. Yeah, terrifying. I stand by that. You can call it ignorant all you want, but when this is a normal story and a month ago when 30 people or so were killed in a casino well traveled by tourists, yeah, I think that sounds terrifying. So guys, that's everything that really mattered to me today. And that's gonna bring us to the part of the show where I do that thing where I give you something possibly. And today we will give away another copy of Gears of War 3, or if you already have the game, $50 worth of stuff from forhumanpeoples.com. Of course, to be eligible to win said thing, one, leave a comment on this video, possibly about our question of the day today, which is, what should the definition of DeFranco be? I already made one on Urban Dictionary a long time ago, but new definition. What should the definition of DeFranco be? And two, clickety-clack that like button. Not only does it help out the show, but it lets us know you care. But guys, as always, my name is Philip DeFranco, and you've just been filled in. And I will see you tomorrow.